Ooh, okay. Testing. All right, it's on. Cool. What's up, guys? We're gonna talk about the Freyna video real quick that you guys wanted to know about. You guys been asking me about my Freyna build. I apologize. It was supposed to be up this morning, but what happened was I ended up taking it down because I wanted to do a re-recording of everything. I already had the video made like a couple days prior, and it was gonna release as of today. But what happened was new information came out, right? So with the new information that came out and was brought to me by my buddy Jake, it makes a lot more sense as to why I was doing even more damage than what I initially thought. So I have to actually bring that up before I send that video out there, because the one thing I don't want to do is give misinformation or a lack of information, right? I want you to be able to trust the source that I give. So that being said, let's talk about the build and my ideal build and everything I had in mind for Freyna again. So this is a retake of everything that I was initially going to put out, but with more depth, right? Because there's a little bit more information here that I think is very important that people should know. So for my Freyna build, we're going to get straight into the modules here. So we're running Nimble Fingers for skill cooldown. This will make it easier for all of my abilities to just be ready for me to spam. I mainly want it because I want Venom Baptism. This is Freyna's big damage dealer right here. This one is the boss killer. So I want to get this as fast as possible because it has a really long cooldown of 110 seconds in base. So with Nimble Fingers, not maxed out at least, it brings it down to about like 90 something seconds, 91. And hopefully I can get that even lower. I just got to get some more skill cooldown based mods, which there are some more. I just have to go out and go grab them real quick or level them up. I have a bunch. I have like an overabundance of modules here, as you can see. Running skill insight. Now, people question me all the time about why do I run so much skill crit? Is it worth it? Is it not worth it? Honestly, I'm going to leave that up to you if you think it's worth it or not. For me, yes. But for Freyna, I'm going to argue yes. Yes. Because her fourth ability is based off... Her fourth ability is a skill ability. So this does get affected by her skill critical hit rate. And then the skill critical hit damage. Now, also, another important thing to know, something that I left out in my previous video about Freyna that I didn't know about, that again, this is important information, is it does stat stick. Her fourth ability does stat stick. It doesn't tell you it stat sticks, but it does stat stick. And if you're someone who does not know what a stat stick is, I'll explain it and I'll showcase it. So what stat sticks are is stat sticks are essentially weapons or mods that snap onto an ability to amplify it further, right? So you would essentially like make modules or setups solely for that one ability to make it stronger. So right here, I'm gonna showcase that. I'm gonna go to, I don't have anything on this one, so we'll go here. We're gonna go to setting 3. It's blank right now. There's nothing on it, right? No modules. So now I'm gonna put Freyna's weapon in hand, her Fallen Hope. Now I'm gonna pop my fourth ability. And as you can see, I have 45 bullets, which the description said I was gonna have 45 bullets, right? So now I'm gonna reset, get my ability back. Hold on, gotta wait for the timer to go away. I'm gonna get my ability back. Now it's off cooldown. I'm gonna go into my modules, and I'm just gonna put one mod on, just for proof. I'm gonna grab this one, maximize weight, because it gives me more rounds per magazine, right? I'm gonna save, and I'm gonna close out. Now, what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna pop my 4 again. Now look how much bullets we have now, guys. We have 52 bullets. 52. You see? So that's really important because that gives you more damage, right? Because the more bullets I can shoot at her for, the more damage she's going to do. And that is something that not even I knew. Mind you, I always build my weapons up because I was building characters for Glay. Another character that I did know about that I don't hear anyone talking about that is affected by this is Enzo. Enzo is also runs off a stat stick. So if you use Enzo's fourth ability, if you have him, just know his ability is also based off whatever weapon you have in your hand at that time, right? So keep that in mind. But this isn't about Enzo, this is about Freyna. So going back to the rest of the build. So my ideal Freyna setup that I really wanted to do was I wanted to stack on some empty stuff here. So I wanted to put on Venom Sanctium because this gives me more toxic skill power, and this will affect all of her toxin damage. This will increase the amount of damage she's doing further. It also gives her critical hit resistance, so that's just kind of like, it's like another tank-like ability, you know? It's more defense. So that's kind of cool. So I wanted this mod on here somewhere. I wanted my skill concentration on to complete everything. Now, if you don't want skill insight and you don't want skill concentration because that's hogging up 2 slots, maybe you want more survivability, you could say, all right, screw the blue mods and just go straight for, where is it? It's like emergency something. Emergency measures, here you go. Because this will give you skill critical hit rate and skill critical hit damage. You could, I think there's another one called front lines. I don't think I have that one. Let me check. I think there's another module. If there is, I would also suggest that one. I think it's called front lines. It is. So this one will also give you skill critical hit damage and skill critical hit rate. So you could replace the 2 blue mods for these 2 purple mods and call it a day, right? Because then you're getting the best of both worlds. I don't know what the values are looking like, but you could do that, essentially. But this also does stack. But we're going to ignore that. Going back to Freyna, though. Another module I wanted for Freyna is for my Fallen Hope. So I wanted Fallen Hope, and I'll explain why I want Fallen Hope. I got Fallen Hope for Freyna because on hitting a poison enemy, it increases the firearm attack and apply this buff to the attack. On defeating a poison enemy, the defeated enemy will trigger an explosion with a certain chance, inflicting additional damage to nearby enemies. Inflicts poison on enemies damaged by this explosion. That gives my Freyna more AoE as well as more damage overall, and because I'm going to be spamming this on Colossus a lot, it just makes sense that I up my damage further on this weapon. So my goal is to at some point get enough resources and material to start prioritizing this weapon and max it out for my Freyna, right? And make an ideal DPS build. I'll break down what modules I have in mind that I want to place on it. And yeah, again, the video I showcased with Freyna was called Untapped Potential because I didn't reach her max potential yet, right? I don't know what her max potential ever will be. These characters are constantly changing all the time. You may have a different setup that you might like that runs perfectly for your build. You may even change her descendant like her descendant skills with like her unique modules like contagion and all that stuff, right? So you can always take the idea I'm throwing out there and just improve upon it and do what you think is best for your play style or what you want to see, what kind of numbers and results you want. But yeah, this is what I'm going for. This is just my vision. So for the modules, there's a mod for firearms for generic weapons called Venom Conductor that I haven't found yet. I have it on everything else, but not on my oh, wait, hold on. I think is it Toxic Conductor? Toxic Conductor. I said Venom Conductor. I'm sorry, guys. I have it for special mods and whatever impact rounds, but I don't have it for general rounds. So what this weapon does, or module does, is this module will make me do 26% more firearm attack to an enemy infected by poison, right? And what does Freyna do? She inflicts poison. So I'm going to inflict that on there. Now, what else did I talk about before? I mentioned that her 4th ability stat sticks, right? So that is something that I really wanted to point out, because without even knowing, I would have been doing more damage with Freyna and not have known. Like, realistically, real shit, I would have not have known that I was going to do more damage with Freyna off of this, right? My Freyna would just hit ridiculous numbers and I'll just think, oh, I'm cracked, without understanding why I was so cracked. So thank you, Jake, for actually pointing that out. This is actually really freaking cool. So this was something that I just had in mind, and I just wanted to share that with you guys, and it just makes me even more excited and ready to really build my Freyna. Oh wait, this is heavy rounds. Where's my here we go, general rounds. I was hovering over like heavy rounds or high power rounds, my bad. So here we go. So the general rounds here is the one I want. I know it's 26% because I'm running the same thing on my tamer, because my tamer has innate electric, so I have electric conductor on. So when I'm shooting Colossus, it's doing like 26% more firearm damage. So it's really freaking nice, right? All right, so backing out of here. Some other things I want to do for her build, like I'm thinking about stacking on more survivability, but I don't know yet. Maybe MP collector as well, because you know you instantly recover back more MP and all that stuff. I don't think she really needs it. I never really struggle with MP. It's just totally up to you if you feel like that's something that you wanted to do. I did think about using Frugal Mindset because of skill effect range. So this will definitely amplify my range further and let me just cover more fields. And I just wanted to play around with that for a bit, right? So my ideal Freyna was just stacking on more toxic power, more range, and more duration, for sure, for her base modules. To make my Freyna not so much of a squishy squish, right? We prioritize her components here. Now, there is a component set that I'm trying to farm for Freyna, but it's going to take me a while to get it. And I'll showcase that as well. So for Freyna, the external components I want is going to be for Toxin. So here we go. So I want the Venom Essence Auxiliary Power. I am about to go kill hard mode Swamp Walker like right now or something, like maybe shortly after this video. Hopefully get this. This will boost her toxic skill power by 6.2%, which is really, really nice. And then look at what the 4-piece set is. Tactical Rifle, Assault Rifle, Firearm Attribute Effect Trigger Rate is added by another plus 12%. And then for each poison stack inflicted upon enemies, your firearm attack is plus 2%. Your skill power modifier is another 0.7% for 5 seconds at a 30% chance, up to 10 stacks for 5 seconds duration, right? So that's actually pretty cool. So you could make multiple builds revolving around the Venom Essence Auxiliary Power set if you are someone who's like really high up there. I am not right now. Currently, I haven't killed my Swamp Walker. I'm about to go fight him right now. Again, I've been slacking. So when I kill him, I'm going to farm his set and I'm going to throw it on. So I'm going to stack that with my Fallen Hope because it is a firearm. I'm going to stack it with my Venom Conductor because that's going to do more poison. That's going to inflict more damage. And then when I pop my 4 ability, it's going to snapshot all of that. Her reactor, right now you can go farm. I am going to get me a gold version of her reactor right now. But I'm waiting. So for this reactor that I was using in the video, this is just a random one I threw on that I had it. And luckily it just works so well. It has tech skill power boost ratio, so it just makes my tech do all more damage, like my 4, my Putrid Venom, and the other one. I can't think of the name right now. And then I have skill effect range on it, which is also really nice. So when I do level up Freyna, and say I only keep this reactor, it will also have more range on top of that, which is just very, 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 very nice. So that is essentially my Freyna setup. And that's what I wanted to talk about and share with you guys. She's not complete, but my vision is just, it's crazy. Another character who I have a massive vision for is Bunny. And I have an idea for her that I really want to share with you guys, but I'm just going to keep it on hush hush. If you watch my streams, you'll probably know what my hush hush Bunny build is. It's in regards to her sprint. So we'll talk about that later, because everyone talks about an infinite sprint Bunny, but the thing is that Bunny technically doesn't sprint infinitely. Like, you still need enemies, right? So in my head, I came up with an idea that will make Bunny have an infinite sprint that doesn't require enemies, right? You'll just sprint infinitely. So if you're in the open world and you just want to run around and just do you, I got something for you, right? So I'll be cooking up an idea for that, because there are some mods here that, let's just say, look really good. But if you watch this video, thank you so much for watching. That's Freyna. I'll be sure to upload some more. You can check me out over on twitch.tv/Renderb. Also, again, this Friday, July 12th, we'll be giving away a $100 gift card to any of you on your platform of choosing to help you either get an Ultimate Descendant or whatever you want to do, buy yourself a game. Who knows? So be sure to tune in, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thank you so much for the support. I love you guys.